Sup everyone, I am Mary Sky, also known as Ambassador Pipe. Before I do any pipe reviews to people that's keeping up on me, I want to talk to you today about how to live like a nomad. Yes, how to live like a nomad. This is going to be cool. I did some about how to be frugal and pay for sex change, transgendered, so technically some of these people need these videos. But out here, the people that are watching this and subscribing and enjoying themselves and seeing me act like an idiot, well, that's cool too. Now, let me grab a cigar and we'll talk. Cigars. Swisser Sweet Blunts. Now, let me talk to you about how to live like a nomad. Now, some of you, you're like, oh yeah, I want to live cheap. Cheap, yes. Living like a nomad's a whole different story. The nomadians, as I call them, live in tents, teepees, yurts. Yeah, and some of you live in gypsy wagons. Look up gypsy wagon if you want to know more about gypsy wagons. Now, how to live cheap. First, you gotta get your land. I found my land in Texas. I'll let you guys looking into it next month. Now, do your research. You need a drain field so you can take a shit in the morning or evenings or afternoons. And they don't allow you to have honey buckets, sandy cans. Then you can't live on the land. Alternative, EnviroLay composting, toilet, or sand cores, recycling toilet. I don't remember what sand core calls it. It's the EnviroLay or the other one. Now, you're thinking, cool, that's a back door. Still got to pay about $2 for the shitter, though. With that done, best next thing to do, convince your wife or husband you want to move to the desert. My man right there, Baldy, Mr. Clean, he doesn't mind the desert. It's warm. Now, Mr. Baldy over there, Mr. Clean, told me if I can find a wife, he'd let me have a wife too. Which scientifically, I don't think I'll find one because no one wants to live in a tent. Yeah. Now, comes to finding your gear. This is big. You got to get through some outfitter places or go to the hardware store and see what they have. My hardware store sells basics, but if I need something in, they could probably get it. Yeah, so getting your gear isn't simple. You got to know what you need. Now, for each climate, you have to have certain things. I'd recommend going to Amazon and getting survival books. Each survival book will teach you certain things. I'm buying some new survival books next month, so I'll fill you in on survivals later and survival tactics. But get your gear for desert climate if you're going to the desert. Now, if you want to be an Amazonian and you want to live in the jungles, get jungle gear. But to do your research, you need to look up online with the internet. If you're watching this video, you know it's online. Now, another thing to do besides survival is your gear. Like me, I'm just going to tell you the desert terrain. You need boots. You need a good pair of boots that can cost $200 to $600. Oil those fuckers every morning, shine them, and they'll give you good wear for 20 years or more. Hoo-wah! Now, here's another one. If you don't want to do your you get your boots. You got to get your gear. Usually out in the desert terrain, Aaron here doesn't give a shit if he wears frickin' dark black and looks like a frickin' mafioso in dark black walking around the desert. Or, like me, you get white. White for white t-shirts, white gear, or military fatigues gear like khakis, shorts, military, just straight out military garb. But get the desert garb. Now, you got your gear put up for clothes, get yourself a foot locker. or a steamer trunk. Now, when you do that, you got to decide your home. I'm going to go down the list of homes. First of all, a home is where you're going to live if you're going nomadic. Simple? Yes. You can go with a few electronics too. I'll get to that in probably the Nomad 2 video. Now, once you get your gear together, you're going to need your house. Get your tent first. The Cabela's a Lacnac tent will help in the desert for a year or two. Get your 12 by 20 with a wood stove. Wood stove will come in handy in the winter time. Don't forget to get the wood stove panel, otherwise your tent will burn down. Now, once you have your Lacnac tent, you're going to need your other gear. Now, if it's just you sleeping in a tent, you're going to need to get, like Aaron, who snores, his own tent. Another Lacnac tent, no problem. Next, you're going to want to get a third Lacnac tent. What for? Guests. Now, your fourth Lacnac tent, you can get it smaller or bigger, usually 12 by 20, that's what they get. It's perfect for, that's right, for your other living quarters. That means your food and your grub. Now, save up the money, buy gift certificates if you need. A few months' time, like me, you can have yourself an army tent, which could be 18 by 52 with 3 wood stove jacks, or 20 by 96 with 6 wood stove jacks. Just remember, if you can get one with all the frames and the poles, you're doing good. Perfect for the desert. However, get a canvas tent from like Montana Canvas, Davis Tents, Rainier Industry, or Colorado Yurt Company. You can also build yourself a platform like a deck. Put your tent on it. Call it home. Just remember this though, that if you do the tent, make sure you have windows properly ventilated so it keeps you cool in the wintertime and warm and toasty in the winter. Now, canvas tents cost money. Now, if you're going with canvas, you better make sure you have a tent frame. Okay, once you get your camping gear together with your tent in the nomadic way, first you secure your land, sit on it for a while, even if you get paid $200 a month or $100 a month, sit on it till you get your gear together. Check out the terrain. Find out what animals are available. Get your tags and stuff in order because you can hunt. Now, if you got this far in the video, next one is your gear. We're not talking tent. We're not talking toilet. You can also go with one of those portable toilets. You know, those chemical toilets for $150, $200. But here's the catch. Aaron and I haven't talked about it yet, and I'll tell you the downside to it. You need a place to empty the shit. Without emptying the shit, you're basically screwed. How do you do it? Where do you dump it? In a hole in the desert and hope like hell no one sees it sitting in there for 50 years? Don't poison the land. Composting toilet's the best. Now, get your outfitter's catalogs, like Campmore. Go to Coleman's website or whatever. Get the other gear you need for your cooking and your cleaning. Now, I'm going to update this real quick and get it on net, and I'll continue. Be right back.